Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to do an HTML basic level quiz. We've also done the intermediate as well as the advanced level quiz. So please do check that out also. So let's begin with the quiz. The first question is what does HTML stand for? So every quiz starts with this question because it's hypertext markup language. Then second is how is document type initialized in HTML? It's of course this, literally the first line of every HTML code we have ever done. Then, oops, sorry, I think I mistakenly clicked it. Which of the following elements is used for making any text bold? So this question we have covered in the intermediate and the advanced quiz also. There was same question, which is B. It's either B or strong also. Right? We have done this video. Then we have which of the following is used to create an unordered list? It's of course this. Which of the following characters indicate the closing of a tag? This one. What is the font size of the heading 1 tag? Now you know the heading 1 tag is the largest one, right? And most people don't know the exact size, so it's 2EN, right? So how many heading tags are there in HTML? There are 6 from H1 to H6. Then how many attributes are there in HTML? So there is not limited number. None of the above. There are so many attributes. It's neither 2 nor 4 nor 1. Then we have which of the following attributes is used to add link to any element. So in case of this, the answer is href. Then we have which of the following is the correct way of creating a hyperlink. So for that we have this. Okay, there are two href. Okay, this one's correct. Moving on to the second page. Yeah. So what is the purpose of using div tags? So div tags divides or into sections. So for creating different sections. Which of the following tags is used to make a portion of text italic? So for that we can use I. EM is also there, emphasis. Which of the following tags is used to add a line break? It's of course BR. So it is the first option. This is the ending, so it will be this. Which of the following attributes is used to open a hyperlink in new tab? Target. Which of the following is the correct way to add background color in HTML? To add background color, you just have to style background color. Yeah, this one. BG color is not used. And here equal to is not used, colon is used. Which among the following is correct HTML code for making a checkbox? So you just have to write input type. So many of these questions were there in the previous quizzes also. Which tag is used to create a drop down list? It's select. Which tag is used to add an header in HTML5? Header in HTML5 table. It's th. Which of the following elements is used in HTML to create a table? So we have one is table, okay, and this t body is also used, but this t row is not used. Instead of tr is used. So which among the following is the correct way in HTML to insert an image? So for that we need image src. URL and href is not there, so these two. So let's see what's the difference between these two. Yeah, this is image src. We need img src. So this is the correct option. So yeah, accuracy is 95%. I accidentally clicked on that one question. So yeah, this was the basic level quiz. You can go through the intermediate as well as the advanced level quiz. There are some of the good questions in the advanced level video. So please do check that out. Thank you. Hello everyone. So in the previous video we wrote a HTML code to see how to find out the geolocation of the user. Now in this video, we are going to see how do we create a session storage object. Now this session storage object is equal to the local storage object, except that it stores the data for only one session. Now the data is deleted when the user closes a specific browser tab. Now, what does session storage mean? Suppose you are working on a website and you click a button. So it stores the number of times you have clicked a button. That means the number of times you have interacted with the session. Now first we'll go through the code and then you'll understand what I'm saying. So let me just remove this. So let's start a script. This we don't require. Now we'll create a function click counter. The number of times it will increase. This click counter will keep on increasing. Argument is empty. Now in body, we'll add if statement if storage is not equal to undefined. Then in this case, if session dot storage dot click count, this will be equal to number of the session storage. Okay, this will be session storage. Yeah, now it's fine. Dot click count plus 1. I think there's an extra bracket here. Let me check. Yeah, I've added this if. I don't know why I've added it again. But now it's fine. After this, I'll add the else statement. So in this, the session storage dot click count will be result. Yeah, so here we'll just simply, this will be outside the bracket, right? You have clicked button session storage dot click count. It will display the number of count plus times session. Yeah, there is some error. Okay, this will not be here. So after this, you have to move to the else. Now here, just copy paste this. We'll make some changes in this. Document.getId by result.innerHTML. This will remain same. Instead here, I'll write sorry, your browser does not support web storage. So in case the upper thing doesn't happen, that means the browser is not supported. Now this thing will be removed. We don't need this anymore. After this, end your script, end your head, end your end your head. Now start body. This head will come after script. Now your body has started. Inside this, we'll have to add button. So here we can simply write, or simply we can add a button. Like this. Right? And inside this, on click. Click. Counter. Type will be a button. And here you can write click me. Now end your button. And end your paragraph. Now it's time to show the result. After that, you can add some para. Like click the button to see the content increase. You can add another browser. You've added all the statements required and your body and your HTML. So, body. Now save this. to your browser, refresh. Now if you click on this button, as you can see the number of times we click, this thing keep on increasing. So it's recording the sessions of the user, right? So this is how you can create a session storage page. Hello everyone. In the previous video we saw what is external and internal CSS. Now the third category of how to insert CSS is the inline CSS. Now in inline CSS, an inline style is used to apply a unique style for a single element. Now to use this inline, we have to add the style attribute to the relevant element, and the style attribute can contain any CSS property. So let's see what exactly this inline is by an example, right? So if you don't know what external and internal inline or internal CSS means, I suggest you to go back to those videos and check them out. Okay, so I'll just remove head for now. Add body here. Now in body, I'll add h1. Right. Now to the heading, I'm going to give some style. So style will be some color, and I'm going to give a blue color. Right. So after blue, I am going to do some text align, and I'm going to make it in the center. So the heading will be, this is just a sec. Yeah, this is a heading. Now I am going to give some style to the paragraph as well. Style will be color, will be red. Yeah, and the paragraph will be, this is a paragraph. So I have added styling in just one line for both H1 and P. So this is known as inline CSS, when you define all the attributes of the element in just a single line. Earlier what we used to do it in multiple lines, right? For example, what we used to do for H1, suppose we have H1 style, right? So what we used to do, like this, and if we want the color, I would write color like this and then give some blue color to it, and then in the next line I would write text align and give the alignment to it, right? Like this I used to do it in multiple lines, but in inline CSS you can style it in just one line. Now if I save this and I go and try to run here, as you can see, it has been printed or rendered on your browser. So this is what inline CSS means. So now we are done with external, internal and inline CSS. Okay. Now let me give you some examples for the CSS background color as well. If you want background color, so inside this only, here, I'm going to write background color. This. I'm going to give it some, this color. Save. And if I want paragraph, so for paragraph also I can give background color here. Now you might be wondering that it's not any page that you're giving to that you're giving a background color to it, but you'll understand once you'll understand once you see the result. I'm giving a linen color to it, right? So I'll save this and now I'll run. So as you can see, this is a heading as a background color, and this is a paragraph also has a background color. So this was all about this was all about internal and external and inline CSS, right? So I've explained others in the previous videos. Please go through that to have a better understanding of these three, and also to understand the difference between all these three CSS, right? So CSS is basically the backbone of HTML, because without CSS your HTML document looks very dull. You won't have any colors in it, so there is no point of having a website, right? No one will actually want to use your website if it's very dull and it does not have any color. So yeah, CSS is the backbone of HTML. Hello everyone, in the previous video we saw the external CSS. In this video we're going to do internal CSS. So for internal CSS, an internal style sheet may be used if one single HTML page has a unique style. Now the internal style is defined inside the style element, inside the head section, right? So this is the head section. Inside this only we'll write the style element. Now suppose I want to style my body. I'll give some background color. Right, suppose I'm giving background color as maroon. Then after that I have to style my heading as well. Just give some color to it. I'll give white. Then margin left 40 px. Paragraph, give some color to it. Let's suppose right. Then we have font family. We have font size. I think this should be enough. So we have defined the style. Now if we define the same thing in another file with .css extension, it will be known as external CSS. So this is the difference between the internal and the external CSS. I have shown you how to do that in the previous video. So please do check that out if you don't understand the difference between them. Okay. So now I have to add body. H1. Sorry. This is H1. H1 tab. I'm going to write this is a heading. Then I'm going to add one paragraph. This is a paragraph. Now if I save this, save and run this, as you can see, we have got our result. Okay, so if I align this somewhere, we will just write text align, center. That will look much better. Okay, this is looking better in center. Yeah, so this is how you can align the text, and if you use the style in one document only, like there is only one HTML document, and inside that you are styling the background and all, then it is known as internal CSS. If there is another document that you are creating, or then you have to add external link to it, that will be known as external CSS. So this was the categories of how to get CSS, or how to add CSS, or how to insert CSS. Now there is one more method that is known as inline CSS. So we'll do that in the next video. But for now you have to have a clear understanding, and you have to know the difference between the external and the internal CSS. Hello everyone, in the previous video we discussed nested paragraphs, through which we came to the concept of block level elements. So here we are going to discuss types of elements, under which the first one is the block level element and the second one is the inline element. So block level we have already discussed that even if we write these paragraphs separately or all together, right? I have given many lines and I save this and I run this. So we've got these paragraphs in different blocks, right? The first block, the second block, and the third block. Now, even if I remove spaces between them and I write them all together, I'll save it. Still, there will be no changes, right? So this is what a blockline element is, right? So what it does is that it takes the entire block or width and adds structure in the web page. So it has taken the entire space of the screen and it has added the structure where there are like spaces between paragraphs. So it gives structure to the web page. It always starts with a new line, right? Every paragraph, even if you write paragraph altogether, it will always start with a new line. So there are various examples, like we have P, which we've already used, this P paragraph. We have div is used for styling. We have heading from H1 to H6, which is used for putting the heading. And then we have OL and UL, that is used for ordered and unordered list, right? So this is the block level element. Now, yeah, we see the example, right? We have heading. So what I'm going to do is H tab, but this is for heading. Heading, right? Then we have heading 2. Then we have heading 3. Then we have 4. Then we have 5. And the last one that we have Now this is an example of block level element. Now if I write something here, I'm just writing hi. Hi. In every heading, I'm writing the same content, and let's see what the difference is. Now, H1 is used for the most important heading, and H6 is used for the least important heading. Let's first run this, you'll understand what I'm saying. So I told you H1 is for the most important heading, that means it will be the boldest. And H6 will be for the least important heading, that means it could be the content, not the content, of course, it will be the heading, but it will be like a subheading, right? So from H1 to H6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 6 headings. So this is how you can use heading. Now, why is it a block level element? Because every time it will start with a new line, right? It won't be written all together, even if you try to put it together. Even if you write it in one line, Control S, and if you run this, you can see it is giving the same content. Let me remove this so that you'll get a better understanding. I'm sorry, I didn't save. Yeah. So as you can see, I've written all of these in the same line, and I still have these in the new line. So this is a block level element where every line will start with a new line. It was one of the examples. So this was about the block level elements. We have a little more to it, which we'll discuss in the further video. Hello everyone. In the previous video, we were discussing the HTML elements and what are the types of HTML elements. Like we looked into block level elements. So block level elements were the elements that used to take up the entire space of the screen, and they used to print it in blocks. Whereas the next one that we're going to do today is the inline level elements. So inline level elements are the elements that take up only what is required and adds meaning to the web page. Now, it always starts from where the previous element or the previous line ended, right? In block level elements, what we saw was that every line starts from a new line, right? So in this, it does not follow the same thing. Like what we saw was we have a lot of tab, and if I add here something, if I add another para here, let's suppose hi. If I run this, you'll see that it has been printed in blocks. Now it's understandable that it has printed like this because I've given the spaces. Now what if I don't give the spaces? Right? Now what if I put it all together? Will it still print in blocks? We have seen this. I'm just giving you a revision. Yes, it has. You can refresh it many times and you can see that the same thing is printed. There are no changes because paragraph tag is a block level element. Now, inline elements, let's see an example for an inline element. We have strong, right? So, first one is, I'm just first writing here the examples. The first one is a strong, right? So, what it does is it bolds the text, gives you a bold text. Then we have EM. I'm sorry. Then we have EM, tab, again tab. So this is emphasis. And now it gives the text in italic. Then we have IMG. And then we have okay. So now we'll discuss this. Any of the example we'll discuss. Yeah, and I'm saving a new file here as second. Let's start. So I'm just writing it in a new file, HTML. Yeah, see, I told you that we have to save it in .html format, and I saved it. I didn't save it in the HTML extension. So let's save another file. The name will be html.html. Save. Yeah. So if I write HTML tab, you can see we have got the entire syntax. Now I'll remove this. Inside the body, I'll be using a tag, that is the strong tag. So yeah, so we have got our paragraph. Now if I split this, and inside this I'm adding that strong tag. So let's suppose I'm writing my favorite hobby, or just my hobby is to read novels, right? So this is the text that I've written. Now if I save this, and now if I run this, oh, this one's not the one that we saved. R was HTML. Yeah. As you can see here, the content is not printed in blocks. I'll just put a full stop here. Right? Now if I refresh this, it looks more like a sentence. We have a full stop here. Yeah. So for this I used the strong tag, because of which it became bold and everything is printed inline, right? There is no block level paragraphs. So so here we are done with the example of inline elements. Now next we can use another example, that is the image, right? img tag. Now what I have to do is I'll go to Chrome, find some image, right? Dog images. I'll take any dog image. I'll copy the image address. I'll copy this address here, right? Now if I run this, as you can see the image, okay, the image was too big. Let me take another image. Copy image address. Yeah, as you can see the image is printed, right? And there is no space between this text and the image. It is printed inline. Now if I add another image, will it print beside this or towards the downward side? Let's see. Let me take another image from this. I'm taking this. So copy the image address, go to Sublime, add another image, copy the address, save it, and then again I'll run. So as you can see, the image is printed beside this. So this is what is an example of inline element. Everything will be printed within the required space. There will be no blocks or unnecessary gaps. So these were the two types of elements, the block level and the inline elements. I hope you guys are clear. Hello everyone. Today we are going to go through the basic tags. So in the previous video we did types of HTML elements where we discussed block level elements and inline level elements in detail. So I hope you guys are clear with that topic, and if you haven't gone through that video, please go through it once because it is really important to understand the concept of the elements and what are the types of elements, and which tag to use when you want blocks of paragraphs and which tag to use when you want inline paragraphs. So please go through it once. Now let's move on to the basic tags. Now we have discussed tags various number of times. So the tags that you see on the screen like body, HTML, head, these are also referred to as tags, and they are always enclosed between these, right? These crocodile, whatever you say, symbol, right? Crocodile symbols. So it is always enclosed between them. Now there are various basic tags, like different tags render different meaning. You have title tag, like you can see here. You have paragraph tag, which we have used many number of times, right? So let's go through it once. So first we'll discuss the title tag, right? Now if you want to write title tag, just press T, then tab, then you have so many tags here. Find the title tag and press enter. Now whatever is written in this tag comes up in the web pages tab, right? Now what I mean by web pages tab is that, let's suppose I'm creating a home page. So inside this, I'll just write home page. I'll save this and I'll run. Okay, this was the previous thing that we did in the previous video. So as you can see, we have nothing inside the body. That's why it is showing a plain page, and this home page is displayed on the web pages tab here. Home page you can see, right? So this is the title. This is how you give a title. Now if you want your title to be suppose I'm just doing an experiment, and now if you run this, as you can see, this title will be, all of it is not displayed, but this title has got this paragraph. So title can be anything. You just you just have to write this title tab, and inside that you can write whatever you want. Let's leave it as home page for now, right? So this is the title tag, and the syntax will be this. This is the syntax, one line syntax, and it defines the title of the page. So whatever you write inside this will show up in the web pages tab. Now next, this one was the first tag. Now the second is the paragraph tag, which we have discussed many number of times, right? So it defines the paragraph, and the syntax is This is our first paragraph, right? So this is the syntax. Now if I save this, run this on our browser, as you can see, home page, title, and the paragraph is printed in our web browser, right? You can write multiple paragraphs. Lorem tag. The next paragraph you can write as, my name is Sam. I like reading novels, and my favorite indoor and outdoor games are or and basketball respectively. Full stop. Now if I save this and run this, as you can see, everything has been displayed, right? Okay. So this was about some of the basic tags that are the title tag and the paragraph tag, which you should always keep in mind, like how to use them and what is the syntax of these tags. Also, I've told you some crucial information about the paragraph tag, that it's a block level element, which you can refer to the previous videos. I'm not going to explain it again. So yeah, this was it about the basic tags. Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to do some HTML quiz. Now, since we have completed the HTML series, I have explained all the required topics for you to get started with HTML. So it's time to go through some quiz. So I'm going to start the quiz. The first question is, what does HTML stand for? So we have three options for it. The correct one is this one. Who is making the web standards? It's the World Wide Web. Then who's the correct HTML element for largest heading? For largest heading, we have H1 because it is used for the most important heading. You also have to look at the time, right? So the heading 6 is for the least important heading and the smallest one. What is the correct element for inserting a line break? It's PR. I've shown you many examples also. Then what is the correct HTML for adding a background color? Yeah, this one only. So I have showed you this, that body we have to put the style and the background color of the like here we are seeing background color, that's why they've added yellow here. Then choose the correct HTML element to define important text. So this is strong. Important text means for bold. You can, this one also is also correct, but the most correct is strong. B and bold and strong, right? Both are correct. But for this we need. Now choose the HTML element to define emphasized text. For emphasized text we have EM. Italic and emphasized, again same, this is not correct. Now what is the correct for creating a hyperlink? So which one's right? Yeah, this one's right. I've told you about this A and href. Which character is used to indicate an end tag? This. Then, how can you open a link in a new tab or browser? You have to put this target as blank. Which of these elements are all table elements? So the correct answer is this one, TD. TRTD. Now, inline elements are normally displayed without starting a new line. Yes, we have done this in videos. How can you make a numbered list? Now, numbered list you need order. So that means OL. I've explained this also through example. How can you make a bulleted list? So for bulleted list you have unordered. So unordered UL is the correct answer. What is the correct HTML for making a checkbox? If you want to make a checkbox, you have to type input type as checkbox. So this one is correct. I've explained this also when we were making forms, registration forms. So what is the correct HTML for making a text input field? So you just have to write input type text. Input type text. Yeah, this one's correct. So what is the correct HTML for making a drop down list? So if you need a drop down list, you just have to select, you have to use the select. Now what is the correct for making a text area? It's simple text area. What is the correct HTML for inserting an image? So you have to use image src for that. Image href and alt are not the correct option. That means this one and this one. So image, I have to check which one is right. Image.gif, alt my image. Both I can see are almost same. Almost both are same, right? Image. Oh, sorry. Here it's written image, but our correct answer is img. So this one's correct. What is the correct HTML for inserting a background image? So if you want to insert a background image, you just write URL of that. So this one is the correct. An iframe is used to display a web page within a web page. Yes, we have used iframe also. Just refer to the previous videos if you don't understand how I'm telling these answers or what's the explanation behind these answers. So the HTML comments start with this and end with this. Yeah, it's true. Now block elements are normally displayed without starting a new line. No, this is false. They start by a new line. I've explained this also, block level and inline level. Now which HTML element defines the title of a document? So title of course will be title only. The next is which HTML attribute specifies an alternate text if the image cannot be displayed. It's alt. Which doc type is correct for HTML5? So for HTML5, this one is correct. This one is literally the first line of any HTML code. Now which element is used to specify a footer for a document or section? It's footer only. In HTML, you have embed SVG elements directly into HTML page. I have showed you various SVG vectors also. We have drawn various figures. What is the correct HTML for playing video files? It's video. What is the correct HTML for playing audio files? Audio. Now the HTML global attribute content editable is used to. So the answer of this is specify whether the content of an element, this one only, should be editable or not. This is the correct answer for this. In HTML, on blur and on focus are, these are event attributes. Graphics defined by these are in XML format. Now the HTML canvas is used to draw graphics. We have drawn various graphics using canvas. In HTML, which attribute is used to specify that an input field must be filled out required? We have created the registration form in the previous video where I've explained you the form tag. There we have mentioned this required many times. You can go through that once again. Which input type defines a slider control? It's range. Which HTML element is used to display a scalar measurement within a range? It's meter. Which HTML element defines navigation links? So for navigation links we have nav. What does the aside element define? So this defines content aside from the page content. Then the last one is which element is used to specify a header for the, we have used this hundreds of times. So it is header only. Yeah. So you can also go through this quiz if you want and try to get all the answers correct. Thank you. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to do an HTML quiz which is a little difficult one. You can put this into the category of hard quiz. We have done the basic and the intermediate level quiz as well, so please do check that out too. So there are 30 questions, 30 minutes, and the difficulty level is hard. These are advanced. Some of the questions are basic and some of them are advanced. So I would like to put this in the advanced category. Yeah, so let's see how much we get right. So we'll start the test. Now, what is the difference between XML and HTML? So XML is used for exchanging data and HTML is not. So this one is the correct option. Next, opening tag of HTML is also called as its starting tag. Now, this is a basic level question. Everyone knows that. It's hypertext markup language. Let's make up okay. Now, HTML program is saved using this extension .html. The HTML code written in Mac can be browsed in a PC with Windows 7 installed. Okay, user will be able to see same design that was designed on the Mac PC. Yes, it's true. Who was the primary author of HTML? So we have never discussed this. So the author was Tim Berners-Lee. Which of the following attributes come in handy when borders have to be put between groups of columns instead of every column? It's call group. Which of the following is a valid color code? We have used this and there were 6 zeros. So let's find out which one has 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this one only. Caption tag on HTML. So it is used to display title also, and it is used to display title for table at the top also, at the bottom also. So both will be the answer. Which of the following is used to increase the row height, row span? Which of the following is used to increase the column width is call span? Also about this width, we did that image, right? We use the image tag to increase and decrease the height and width of the image. So please do check that out also. Now DOM stands for document oriented model. What do you mean by DTD? So DTD is document type definition. This one. Text /HTML is called the dash of the page. It's the content type. The href attribute in the link tag specifies the destination of a link. Okay, so is width. Thus, there are two width given, and you can see the both of them are almost same. Yeah, this percent doesn't really make any difference. So both are okay. Okay, there is a percentage sign, and there here is not. Yeah, of course it is different. So answer will be no. What are div tags used for? So I have explained you div. So it logically divides the element. Oh, sorry. Logically divides the document. How can we resize the image? Now to resize the image, we have to use width and height. Just 1 minute ago, I told you this that we did one video where we increased and decreased the height and width of the video. Sorry, of the image. So when creating a web document, what format is to be expressed and image's height, its pixels, of course. We're talking about image here. What is meta tags used for? So meta tag is used for this, to store information usually relevant to browsers and search engines. For frames in HTML, how do you specify the rest of the screen? We use a star. Now ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Yeah, this one. Now while searching on the internet, you decide to check in more than one search engine because each engine produces different results. The meta tag cannot be defined in the head tag. Yeah, it's true. Can I play audios in HTML? Of course. We can play video also. I've shown you how to play a YouTube video using HTML. The default font size of HTML is 4. HTML documents are saved in ASCII text. What does an HTML tag do? So, this one's correct. It specifies formatting and layout instructions for your web page. Caption tag in HTML. We have already, this question is repeated. The answer was both. So which of the following are attributes of font tag? So for font tag, we have size also, face also, color also. So all of the above is answered. Now we'll submit. See how much you've got correct. Yes. Yeah, I think all of them are correct. Yeah. So this was the advanced level quiz of HTML. We have done the basic and intermediate as well. You can check those out in order to increase your understanding and